March 26, 2026, A Meditative Life. The promise Livingstone held on to. Beloved saints, are you at peace into the grace of the Lord today? In life, we face numerous moments of fear and loneliness. Sometimes we feel like an orphan left all alone, and other times we want to collapse into the face of daunting situations that seem impossible to overcome. To us, the life of the great missionary David Livingstone speaks quietly yet powerfully about where the strength that truly holds us lies. He devoted 16 long years solely to preaching the Word of God into the remote regions of Africa, the most terrifying and isolated land at the time, fraught with the dangers of cannibals and endemic diseases. When he returned to London for the first time in 16 years to give a report, countless people could not hide their astonishment at his unimaginable hardships and dedication. At that time, a young man asked with an earnest voice, "How could you preach the Word of God into such a terrifying and lonely place?" Without the slightest hesitation, Livingstone boldly recited the 2 Bible verses he cherished and loved like his own life. "I will not leave you as orphans, I will come to you." John chapter 14, verse 18. "And surely I am with you always, to the very end of the age." Matthew chapter 28, verse 20. He confessed that he firmly believed the Lord's promise contained into these 2 verses without a speck of doubt. He said that because of that certain faith and his walk with Emmanuel, the God who keeps his promises, no terrifying environment could break him. Beloved, the Lord makes the exact same promise to us today. No matter how desperate and lonely our situation may be, we are never orphans left alone. The Lord knows our tears and sighs, and he comes to us even before we call, always staying by our side. Today, like Livingstone, boldly proclaim the promise of the Lord's presence toward all the fears and worries that bind you. That reassuring hand of companionship will lead us to victory through every thorny path. Meditation and application. The first meditation is assuring myself that I am a child of the Lord, not an orphan. Livingstone claimed victory by believing the word, "I will not leave you as orphans." Do I ever feel that the Lord has turned away from me and left me all alone because of my surroundings or my weaknesses? Today, let us lay down before the Lord all the thoughts and emotions that make our hearts anxious, holding on to the promise of John chapter 14, verse 18, and taking time to deeply trust that the Lord is always protecting me as his most precious child. The second meditation is enjoying the Lord's presence wherever I am. Livingstone considered the word, "One am with you always," to the very end of the age, as his primary environment. Am I missing the Lord who is with me into that very place because I am only focusing on the daunting situations or difficulties I face? In my repetitive daily life, let us choose the moment that feels most frightening or exhausting. Proclaim the promise of Matthew chapter 28, verse 20, into that moment, and practice transforming that place into a holy dwelling where the Lord's peace rests.